Alright, what's going on, guys? So we're back with some more Alliance War, and take a look at this team today. Nick Fury, Captain Marvel, and then the third is kind of like, it's up in the air depending on the path, right? But I'm really liking this team. I can't wait to replace the 5-star Captain Marvel with the 6-star. As soon as we get her awakened, we'll be making that switch, and it'll be a permanent one. But for right now, the signature ability is very important with Captain Marvel, so I'd rather take the 5-star. In place of the 6-star until she's awakened, even with the difference in ranks. But we're tackling path number 6 today. So I really like this team. Originally, I was going to bring Dr. Doom instead of Sym Supreme. I think Dr. Doom, he's been growing on me so much since Abyss. I think he's my favorite Mystic champ now. So I think I would, like, just in general, prefer him over Sym Supreme. And he also covers some shock immunity on the team. This is a 3-man team, so that could be nice. But up first here we have an Iceman, which is perfect. Helps my Cap Marvel build up. Man, this is a perfect fight to start with. It's just great, man. Don't have to parry a whole bunch to build up the binary ignition. Gonna parry a little bit though and drop some heavies to retain the binary ignition. And then go for an L2 to finish the fight off here. And we're finishing with 20 binary charges, which is great. That fight went smashingly. I was really happy with that. But next up we have the fight I was a little bit worried about. So I was originally, like I said, I was originally going to bring Dr. Doom because that guy is just a power control monster, right? And we have an Annihilus here with all or nothing, fisticuffs, and of course the Siphon global defender tactics node, which is really annoying, especially with Annihilus. He's one of the best champions in the game for defense with the Siphon defender tactics. Definitely one of the best defenders nowadays. So going for a little intercept there. It's the one good thing is that he can't get unstoppable, so I don't have to worry about that with these fisticuffs that are currently active. But I'm also having trouble building up my Sym Supreme and getting his genetic potential. But luckily we applied a lot of staggers, and now that those are starting to fall off, we're building up our genetic potential. So it looks like the fisticuffs are going to fall off right before we get our power gain. Just in time. That was like perfectly timed, man. So yeah, we're gonna go for an L3 in a second here, but we push him to his L3. So I think I popped an invulnerability boost just to be safe. So I wasn't really worried, and yeah, we're fine. We're gonna take no damage from this, and then we should be at our L3. Gonna drop this, and yeah, things are going okay. That invulnerability boost was nice. Maybe could have played without it, but it was just a nice safe bet. We're also getting a little bit of willpower healing right now, and once we drop that L2, it's lights out for the old boy Annihilus here. Sym Supreme, still an absolute beast, cleaning up that fight pretty nicely, so that was great. Now moving into the next fight, we have a Captain Marvel. On this node, I was a little bit worried. So it's power focus, brute force, she gets an unstoppable. So I really need to get a stagger with Sym Supreme right off the bat. So I need to get in as many combos as I can here to try to crit, and with a crit there's a better chance of applying stagger. But as you can see right here, boom, no stagger. We got pretty unlucky there with the first 2 combos. But our signature ability applies a stagger, which is why Sym Supreme's awakening ability is super nice, man, for when you just get kind of unlucky. So yeah, now we got a stagger, so boom, that unstoppable is nullified. We're looking pretty good. She's about to trigger binary ignition, but that's fine. I want to get to my L3, and then I'm going to nullify all those buffs, and we'll be looking pretty good. So we go for my L3, I think, right here. Yep, there we go. And this isn't going to push her to an L3 because this node has power focus. So below 2 bars of power, she has increased power gain, but above 2 bars of power, she's her power gain is cut by quite a bit. So yeah, you don't have to worry. Right here, drop an L2, and this just obliterates her. And it would have given us another L2, and if she wasn't dead already, then the next one surely would have done the trick. So yeah, we absolutely slaughtered the first part of war there. So that was great. Now moving on to the next section here, we have a Sym Supreme up first. So I'm going to go ahead and take in my boy Nick Fury. This node starts out with some immunity, so that's a little bit annoying. We won't be able to apply our bleeds, but that's okay. Going to go for a little intercept at the start here. Going to go for another intercept here because we can't parry. And yeah, so I'm not rocking suicides for this war. It was kind of nice just playing without suicides for a little while. I actually got quite a few defender kills as well, placing without suicides on, which is nice, you know. Usually I just place my DSs. Usually, like, dude, I went for like 5 months without changing my masteries once. Just suicides for life, man. But now that we got Nick and a couple other champs, playing without them a little bit, you know. Gonna finish our combos with some light attacks to try to get some bleeds. Go for a passive bleed here. Bait out the L2. Luckily he throws it. That's good. He nullified my dexterity buff and dealt some direct damage, but that's okay. Because right now we're using the life model decoy Nick Fury, so if we die, I mean, we still have a whole nother life. That's what I really like using Nick Fury in War for that reason. Just a bit of a safety net. But actually, oh yes, this fight. So I was actually really drunk when I was doing these fights. This is on Saturday night. I was hanging out with my friends, and I probably shouldn't have been doing Alliance War at this time, but I don't know. I just logged in the game like, oh, I'm clear. Let's do it, you know? And this fight just had me so... I was so confused because, like, I was doing zeros. I was like, wait, zero, wait, zero, what is going... I was like, am I going crazy? I was so confused. I'm still not entirely sure why I'm doing 0 damage here. This node has something like increased armor, but I'm not sure why I'm doing zeros. Maybe one of you guys can let me know down in the comments below. I didn't even really research the node, but I was just so confused and pretty drunk, so I was like, dude, what is going on? So I'm trying to just do as much as I can here. I'm trying not to... I'm worried about timing out. There's no retreat, so I don't want to dash back twice. He's immune to armor breaks because we're not a tech character, so his armor is super annoying. Finally, I hit a crit that didn't hit for 0. It must be something to do with the armor node, but I don't know why it's giving zeros. I don't know if that's supposed to be how that's functioning. But I decided to go for an L3. I'm like, okay, maybe this will do some damage, and I'm pretty sure this does 0 damage. I was just like, dude, I'm gonna time out. What's going on here? Oh man. Yeah, I did 0 damage. I'm like, what is going on, man? What? So I was so confused. Why am I doing zeros? I paused it because my friends started talking to me, and I'm like, I don't even remember what they were saying. I was like, give me a sec, man. I'm doing something right now. Oh man, should not have been doing this war right now, but yeah. So I go for an L2. I'm hoping this will kill him. I push him to 3 bars, and luckily it kills. I was like, okay, let me put my phone down now. I cleared my path. I'm done. But then, this is at about like 2 in the morning. It was before I was going to go to bed. I hopped on, again, still drunk, check war. I'm like, oh, there's some mini bosses opened. Let's do it, you know, let's do it. I haven't died yet. What's the worst that could happen? So I see a Medusa here, so I'm like, yeah, we got Sym Supreme. This fight shouldn't be too bad. This is the counter tactics stun immunity node, so start off with a nice little intercept there. You know, we're doing okay, taking a little bit of block damage, but that's alright. We want to get off our staggers so that she doesn't get too many furies going. We're getting pretty lucky with the stagger procs, not bad. Got like 2 of them, and then 1 from the signature ability. Now that we move into the armor phase, we have a 50% chance to apply stagger on parry, so that's great. We drop our L3 here, nullify all her buffs. I should have Mystic Dispersion level 4 here, so this will give us a bit of power. Hopefully we can get up to our L2, and then we can just kind of start cycling the L2s. But I accidentally pushed her to her L2, so I want to debate this out. I've been clipped by that L2 so many times in Arena. It's always a little scary. This L2 hits pretty hard though, so that was a great L2. And then we get to another L2. This one also hits pretty hard. We get some power gain, get to another L2, just keep cycling them, and she goes down. So I was like, oh, that was great. That was a great fight. And then next up there's a Korg, and I'm like, Sym Supreme's a pretty good matchup for Korg, because you don't take the Thorns damage. But I'm like, you know, I think I put on a Mystic boost, because I was like, we might need something a little bit extra for this fight, because I don't think there's any buffs on this Korg. So the plan was to just get to a state where we can kind of cycle some L2s and really deal some damage. So he goes for a heavy at the start, and I dexed it. He kind of just threw it out of nowhere. Usually you can bait his heavy and get away without dexing, but I just kind of wasn't ready. So he's at 3 crowd excitement right now, so if he throws his L1, it's going to be unblockable, but I push him to the L2. Apologize, it's lagging a little bit. I'm not sure if it's OBS or the game was. I think it should be good now. So yeah, right here he throws the L1. Just parry the first hit. I can evade Korg's L1. I've gotten pretty good at it. I've got a lot of practice in Abyss as well. But usually if I can block it, I'll just block it. I'm also trying to get up as many staggers as I can, because that's really the only way for me to get my genetic potential up in this fight, because he doesn't have buffs. If I could like make him use dexterity, that'd be pretty good, but it's kind of sketchy to try to do in a war fight. So I just want to get rid of all of his rock stacks here. There we go, get them off. I just noticed that he has recoil on. I didn't realize that in the fight. Maybe I could have abused that a bit. Yeah, I did not notice that when I was in the fight. But this L3 does not do much damage. 6,000 damage. That's not good. And this guy's also bleed immune, so we're not applying any bleed debuffs. I accidentally hit him, push him unblockable and unstoppable. That's not good. He's at a lot of rock stacks and crowd excitement right now. Just keep baiting those L2s. There's also a strike back on this node, so every time I use a special, he gets another special attack. So yeah, he's only at 50% health right now, and we only have about a minute left to go. Get the full dex on the L1 though, that was pretty nice. We dropped this L3 with 25 genetic potential. It's really difficult to get genetic potential here. So this is going to give me like a quarter of a bar of power or so from the genetic potential, which again is that much. If I maybe realized that there was recoil here, I could have. This fight could have gone a lot better. But yeah, I did not realize that. I was not paying attention to that in this fight. I don't even know what I was trying to pay attention to. I was just looking at the time, looking at his health. I'm like, this is not good. Finally, I get off an L2, but it doesn't do enough damage to get off another one, even with the Mystic boost. So it's not looking good, man. Looking like we're about to time out. 20 seconds left, 10% health left. There's still a chance though. Come on, man. I dropped this L2, get some power steal. Come on, 5-6%. I go for another L2, and I use an L1 by accident, because I didn't quite get the power to the L2, because Sym Supreme doesn't get power from his basic attacks. He gets just a passive power gain. So I end up timing out after eating his L3, which sucks, because we could have killed him if we actually launched an L2 instead of an L1 at the end. I think it would have killed. But he has like barely any health left. I'm like, damn it, man, we were so close. 4% health. Let's just go back in here with Captain Marvel. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. I was like, oh crap, that's a lot of damage for doing one medium attack. So I go for just lights here, go for an L1. And it's still not enough to kill him. Almost. And going for one more hit, and there we go. So yeah, we timed out. I was annoyed at that. Like I said, I was probably should have been doing some of these war fights. Anyways, but I had to clear my path, because by the time I woke up the next day, war was over. But we did end up winning, so that was good. But yeah, that's going to do it for us in Alliance War, guys. 1 death from a timeout, which sucks. But yeah, I really like this team. I really am enjoying bringing Nick Fury, Captain Marvel, and then the third can just be like really whoever I need for a path. Those two cover a lot of ground. I can't wait to bring the 6-star, and I need a 6-star Nick to go along with my 6-star Captain Marvel. Then I start building the dream team, and then 6-star Thing maybe on that team. That could be pretty good. But that's gonna do it for this war video, guys. Drop a thumbs up if you did enjoy. A little bit of a funny story too, what was going on. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more Alliance War content. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. And like I said, we did win this war.